Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later with your host, Jacob Butter. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put the sling back on. Came back went from a walk, relaxed that. Yeah, you know what, I'll do without it for now. We'll see how it goes. Still got it here just in case. Anyway, to say that I've been anticipating having this video is a bit of an understatement, and I've awaited for this for so long that I even skipped it by accident. And that's something weird to say because, apart from the fact that I actually made a wiki page based on this episode, there's not too much that I would actually be usually interested in. Normally, I hate beauty pageants, and that's usually my stance on them. I've wondered if I like watching stuff about beauty pageants because normally they have something to actually say, like a statement to make about the industry itself. This one, not so much, and it is admittedly one for what it's on a local scale for adults. Not exactly the end of the world. So, it's a thing. But of course, that's not why it's so important to me, particularly. It's because, to my knowledge, this is the last at least the most recent in the timeline, if indeed it is canon or not, the most recent Travelyn episode. Not the last one to come out, because obviously season 6, we all know this, but certainly the one where they're able to be arguably their most wholesome and complete as a couple, because obviously season 6 doesn't really count too much. And of course, depending on how you actually look at things, this may or may not be the first time that something major happens for them elsewhere. But I will address that when we get there, because I'm not in the mood for doing spoilers, because we're about to watch the thing in the first place. So it doesn't matter. I have a combination here of cashews and raspberries. I have the milk, and I have an unslung arm, which I'm allowed to take off in general. I just prefer to keep it on. We'll see how it goes for now. So without further ado, on with the review. I'm going to end up like dislocating this or something. I don't know, not dislocating, just twisting it too much at some point. I don't know, I can see it coming now.
Three words. Handheld console.
2 words.
2 words what?
Handheld console. 2 words, not 3.
I think this is the first time we see like these particular outfits for these characters. Caitlyn appeared in a previous episode, but I don't remember her looking like that. At least of side stories,
baby.
Again, if anyone were here, we'd say that. But I think I'm a day late to enjoy streaming with Aiden, because he's busy.
Are you jealous of my newfound love for the Playtendo X?
Excuse me?
I know.
I forgot I had to actually log that name, Playtendo X.
I know. It sure is a pretty thing to compare yourself to.
In fact, actually, now think about it, this came out before the iPhone 10, right? Because I was talking about that yesterday with BB, because she didn't know that the iPhone 10 was just the letter X for Roman numerals, and then I did Aiden because we are talking about that. You mentioned ramen noodles.
And yes, you aren't exactly handheld.
As soon as I figure out whether or not that was an insult, I'm kicking your butt across 3 department stores.
He wants to hold your hands. That's all he means.
That won't be necessary. You know you're the one for these hands. Always will be.
That is true enough. Oh, okay.
Hey, look, there it is.
Okay, maybe this is not quite as wholesome for them as I remember. In fact, Caitlyn being this smitten could count as the stuff I was saying before about them being out of character to an extent, particularly in side stories. but I'm prepared to make an exception because I feel like this could actually be where Caitlyn's character goes. She's learned to relax around Travis for like, again, 5 seasons at this point. Because starting in Love Love Paradise, that's when her guard starts to descend until finally, if you remember what happens in season 6 after this point, that actually all comes to a head. So maybe she does have moments now where she gets a little bit starry-eyed. Or maybe it's just fan service. I don't know.
Yes!
Look at it. So beautiful.
Him, however, yeah, his out of characterness is I guess he's also quite even more relaxed, and he's not as crazy about getting particularly. They're much more casual now, so he probably doesn't quite realize. Yeah, you know what? These two are fine.
Do you know how many games I'd have to trade in to get that?
No.
You don't have to play on it.
No.
Like every single one, plus my mom. And possibly your dad.
Okay, acknowledging the fact that Travis's mum does in fact exist in his life. I mean, of course. I mean, you have to be raised by someone, but yeah.
Maybe my leg while I'm at it. You know, to get a game with it. Let's see. I can get $16.50 for my Battle Monster Special Platinum Edition, and at the going black market rate for kidneys.
Okay, that's an interesting joke for an Aphmau video, but why not?
Hey babe, where'd you go?
I think he calls her babe now.
What you looking at?
Is that a taxidermy dog next to a bag for sale in a mall? That feels wrong somehow.
This must have been where Aphmau and Kawaii-chan got their new purses. Gosh, they're so expensive. They must have worked hard to afford them. So pricey, but so cute. I mean, they probably think this thing is cute. It's just a purse, though.
Okay, did I say Caitlyn was out of character? Yeah, I doubted for a second. Caitlyn, I'm sorry that I ever doubted you. This does harken back a lot to the scene of her freaking out in front of the convention. One of my favorite moments in all of MyStreet, where she finally lets go, head held high, and runs straight inside.
That also comes in powder blue.
No, I think it's cute too. I think it's cute that you think it's cute.
You know, there's a line in episode 1 of MyStreet where Dante says, "I find it cute that you're so cute." Doesn't fall off the same way. And here Travis is spinning that, and it just comes out naturally. The student has truly become the master.
Doesn't matter who thinks it's cute. It's way too expensive to even bother looking at.
Hey, you're worth it. Go back and look at it.
Money for
Someone is just carrying a check around.
luxury
see
stuff
that?
isn't just gonna fall in front of us, Travis.
Maybe it's that guy was carrying a check in the previous shot. Oh, no, it's like not a guy. Oh, it's the character I made a wiki for. I should have known.
Oh, toot! Thank you, dears.
They didn't do anything. They just knelt down. Date today's date. You know, I do. It is kind of interesting because obviously, as MyStreet progressed, we gradually went away from having specific dates being addressed because the episodes took longer to make. They were no longer as current, and therefore suddenly the dates and the years would no longer match with the video. And that's why eventually you stop seeing this happen, and why anyone trying to piece a timeline together for this series, like myself, relies on season 1 almost exclusively.
You!
Me?
Oh my stars. You!
Me?
You're stunning!
This is what everyone thinks like model scouting is. Just some random person in a mall. At least this time the contest is taking place inside the mall. And I am leaning too much on my arm like I thought I was. Okay, this is going back on. Yeah. I think I put it wrong the wrong way round. Who cares?
Huh?
Hey, back off. She might like pretty ladies, but she's currently taken by an especially pretty dude.
Currently taken. That's not only a callback to Caitlyn being bi, which hasn't been mentioned since Falcon Core University. And but confirmation right here. I mean, she does say my boyfriend later on. I remember this in the episode, but nice that they both get a moment to confirm it. The Travelyn shipper in me is content. Very content.
You misunderstand. I'm not here to steal her from you. I want her to share it with the world.
Wait, back it up. What are you talking about?
Yeah, please elaborate and contextualize. We need context right now.
How would you like to enter tonight's beauty pageant and be a star?
A beauty pageant.
Right.
The winner gets $500.
Oh, I am so in.
Not you, Starshine. No boys allowed. Okay?
I mean, that's an interesting way of saying it's a female-only pageant, which I do know, of course, exist, but the no boys allowed thing, that's very specific.
What? That's sexist.
Don't be an idiot, Travis. Neither of us are gonna be entering any dumb pageant.
Babe, $500. We could buy a Playtendo X and, like, a single game with...
Actually, no, you couldn't, because the Playtendo X on display on the sign says exactly $500.
that kind of money.
That's not enough for my dignity.
And possibly not for that bag. We never saw the price range for that bag. And as someone who recently actually did see what some bags go for in big cities, yeah, it might not be.
$100? Really? That's it?
It's a small pageant, sweetheart. I'm not a miracle worker.
I mean, that is fair. Like I said, honestly, small pageants were are much. I much prefer those to large pageants. I say, pretending that I've gone to a single pageant in my life and remembered it, which I have not. But if I were to go to one, I would go to a small one. You know, just like to support a local venue or something, and not be like, yes, of course. This, you know, the epitome of beauty that we have like artificially created, and you know, with almost zero regard for the people who actually like involved and their
Come on,
self-esteem.
Travis, we're going.
Please, Caitlyn. Do it for all the kids who were never able to afford a Playtendo.
No.
Please.
For some reason, I thought he was going to say do it for the kids who were never able to have. I don't know why. I think I've watched him as How I Met Your Mother recently.
No.
Do show up tonight if you change your mind, dears.
Please. I'll do whatever you want. I will do the dishes. Twice. Once a week.
I mean, you don't live together unless you do. But no, because Kawaii-chan and Caitlyn still live together in their house that Dante and Travis broke to. In fact, Caitlyn complains to him saying you made a mixtape in my house. They don't live together. Does Caitlyn just do Travis's dishes? Why?
Week. I'll do them once a week. That's 100% increase.
I've heard that one before.
Why do you do his dishes? I don't. What?
Now, what's this about me being the most beautiful girl in the world after Caitlyn?
Well, that's the case.
Interesting. Lucinda should be in this episode. I thought she was the most beautiful after Caitlyn Travis. That's a new variation. Actually, I was going to say that again, Aphmau's more likely to accept, but no, actually, I think Lucinda will be kind of into this idea.
Aww,
Especially if it means, like, upsetting Caitlyn.
thanks, Travis. Now, what do you want from me?
Okay, again, I've mentioned this before, but the cinematography does feel different. I guess it's because, like, these episodes, like, are filmed, like, after the Exodus, so Kami Wasa's no longer directing. I guess whoever else is at the helm right now is probably thinking, okay, let's mess with some people in a good way. Obviously, I am all for this variation here. Doesn't say anyone who's directed in here. Then again, the other ones don't either. They just mention but Kami West is the director, so don't really know. And I just saw a bunch of comments that reminded me that Caitlyn sings in this episode, and I should not have actually mentioned that out loud. Okay.
Why does everyone always think I want something from them?
Well, don't you?
Okay, look, I may need a little favor.
Yeah.
I knew it!
I just need you to compete in a pretty lady competition at the mall for me so I can have enough money to buy a Playtendo X.
Oh,
And the way you phrased it, oh, that's why Lucinda would not have gone for it, because Travis is terrible at phrasing. I stand corrected.
oh, like a beauty pageant?
Yes, exactly! Will you do it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Honestly, best no from Aphmau. Since, again, season 1, when Zane asked to pretend date her, and she out blankly just like sighs and is about to say yes, but then just stares him right down and just goes, no. Perfect.
You don't help me. I'll never be able to get a Playtendo X.
Do it yourself!
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Hey, Lucinda, do you have a girl potion?
Good. Wait.
As a side note, you know, HRT probably just should have straight up just doesn't exist in this universe because they never had any need to develop it. Actually, wait, no, maybe they would because potions aren't permanent unless they're forever potions, which are illegal. So, yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
He'll probably just get a disguise or something, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like a voice changing potion or something would be interesting. Then again, I guess you wouldn't get Pat's performance if you did that. It was like modulated. Ooh.
Whoa, cool!
But I'll need your help. Did I mention you're the most beautiful girl in the world after Caitlyn? Okay, you aren't going to enter for me, then thank you for selflessly volunteering to be my coach.
I like how okay, so again, we're trying to be a bit more abstract with this. Whoever's whoever took over as directing is like, yeah, I'm gonna here's my own style, big old stamp here. I guess I should have thought that when I was reviewing Phoenix Drop Days back in the day. Oh well, who knows? Miss MyStreet. I forgot what it was called that. But yeah, but what I was going to say was the abstractness of the of it's going at the back, but it's not even edited. It's not like Travis's masked or something to make it seem like the background has changed or something. No, they just got a model, then changed someone's in-game avatar, like they're doing prop hunters, had someone sneak along. I bet that's Jason.
According to my 5-minute search of the pageant's Facebook event page, I'll be competing in 4 categories.
Ooh, categories.
First, talent contest. No big deal. I'm super talented.
Uh-huh.
You have to decide what you're going to do for the talent contest, though. That's kind of important. But yes, you are talented, Travis. You did in fact list off a bunch of your talents and attributes in your introductory episode. Once again, in season 1.
Huh?
Next up is the swimsuit contest. Easy. Have you seen this body?
Not seeing why he needs Aphmau's help right now, considering that.
Then a Q&A, done deal. And then all I have left is a speech. Do you think I can just look something up online?
And again, why do you need Aphmau? Just to confirm if you can look up something online, look up a speech? Is that all you need? What? Anyway.
How long do we have again?
Until 7 p.m. tonight.
Oh boy, okay. We're gonna need Irene, and maybe some more concrete expertise.
Ah, that's why Travis came to Aphmau, so we could get Irene.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You want me to help Travis enter a beauty pageant?
Also, is Zane the expert in this matter? I mean, I guess he's good with community organizing and events.
Yeah.
Worked at them all.
You done one before?
Oh, okay.
We don't talk about those dark times!
Come on, Zane.
Okay, now
You're
I get
only
it.
hope. Look at him.
I'm surprised. Actually, wait. If Zane's done a pageant, does that mean that Gareth has too? I would assume yes, considering that, he's Gareth.
All right, maybe. But in my professional opinion, he might be a lost cause.
I had this music in like a different montage sometimes, but I completely forgot this was Oh, sorry. I was going to make the look joke, but then I didn't pause in time and have Travis here in a dress. Never mind. I should also point out the faces there. Travis did a good job imitating Zane, considering that most of his face is permanently covered either by a mask or his hair. Oh, it's not what I feel. That's a nice moment in there. I mean, this is a very good point because now that I remember, if it's a no boys allowed competition, the swimsuit contest for Travis particularly trying to disguise himself, that might bring some complications. Then again, who knows? He could say he's trans, but probably doesn't want to do that. I imagine he wouldn't want to do that. And here's the repeat when it's getting better. Of course he's in green, it's his colour, but, the other one wasn't bad. I could have kept the pearls, actually.
Okay.
So it wasn't all recycled.
Is Travis good to go?
Travina is ready.
Travelyn.
Nintendo X time, son.
I guess it does make sense. We had Garthina, Lawrencina, and Dantet from the side stories that aren't the ones that are confirmed to be not canon, the Minecraft side stories.
You got this.
I got this.
You were born ready.
I was born ready.
You're going to let me borrow your Playtendo whenever I want.
Hey!
I will say Aphmau did almost nothing there. I mean, she did ask Zane, but that's kind of it.
Girls,
Mostly
girls,
Zane.
roll call. We are 10 minutes to curtain. Let's see. Contestant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're not numbered in any way, like on their person. So how do you know who you're talking about, or two in that for that matter?
Where's contestant number 5?
Oh, I forgot this reveal. Let's go. just you're not going to acknowledge Aphmau and Travis standing there. I mean, Travis is in disguise, but at least Aphmau.
Why is she entering?
I don't know. $500.
The purse she wanted. That's why she didn't want to compete for me. Traitor.
Okay, good luck. I'll be cheering for you guys from the audience.
I'm not going to say what's wrong with that sentence right now, because obviously that's the point.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Travina, soon to be best in show.
Best in show?
Does Kenny recognize Travis or not? Because it seems like she read that either way.
You mean crowned Miss MyStreet?
Sure.
Have I met you before? I feel like I've met you before.
Well, never mind. Did Zane teach him that laugh? I really hope that Zane taught him that laugh in part of that montage. That's my headcanon.
No.
Well, back off, because I've got to win this thing, and I'm not about to let you or anyone stop me.
We'll see about that.
This is another part of pageants that I hate, is like, the trash talk. There's always like this superficial. It's not even like that well written most of the time. It's like, oh yeah, clearly, you with your split ends or something, you have no hope against the likes of moi, whatever. We get the idea.
No, you don't understand.
MPGS is the exception.
I am going to win this.
Again, these close-ups, whoever's directing this like has a particular style, and they are here to break the status quo. That's what I should have said the whole time.
I will destroy you.
In a weird way, because since I've just watched Avatar again, it reminds me of the scenes like in the Boiling Rock parts 1 and 2 when Sokka is disguised as a guard and he's trying and he goes into like in both those episodes it goes into the cell of someone who should recognize him, but obviously not when he's like masked up, and then they're like directly threatening to him. And one of them's his dad. And his dad gets like very scary until like the second he realizes like, oh wait, oh my goodness, it's my son. Just reminds me of that. I mean, you can see the fear that he had like in both of those occasions.
Hello, and welcome to the 6th annual Miss MyStreet Mall Beauty Pageant. I'm your host, Esmeralda Mayweather.
Now on the MyStreet Wiki, thanks to me. You're welcome.
And these are your contestants, kicking off the show with a fabulous display of their talents. Contestant number 1, Patricia.
Oh, so they do have names now. Good. Okay. That sound effect's normally used for running, which is what it became. But it started way sooner than she ran away. So it seemed like that was like coming from her mouth. Like that sound effect. Which is this is even more impressive talent. I would have voted for it if I knew that was the talent. Because that's not easy to do.
Alrighty then. Off to a great start. Contestant number 2, Evelyn.
There's the dogs, of course. Well, we know who Aaron's voting for. I can make dogs freeze. That's my talent.
Oh, well, isn't that cute? That'll be
So it did jump, but we just don't see it. We just see the reaction. Was there no way to actually make the model jump through the hoop?
a tough act to follow. Contestant
Apparently.
number 3.
Welcome to the Miss MyStreet competition. I'm contestant number 3,
You gonna do ASMR or something?
and I enjoy making ASMR YouTube videos. Are you
I swear I did not remember that was in this. Oh, I'm back.
sleepy? I think I'm getting sleepy.
You haven't started. Well, you've barely started. You're whispering. You've got the first part down.
Ooh, I've got tingles.
I mean, allegedly, but I mean, those microphones are not usually that suitable for ASMR anyway because they're amplifying microphones. They're not for like sound capture.
You? Contestant number 4, Travina. This is your time to wake the audience up.
Of course, and Caitlin's going to be last because she's going to outdo what Travis does.
How are we doing tonight?
Is this, I don't know, Travis is doing some like stand-up comedy. It's going to...
So, what did the left butt cheek say to the right butt cheek?
Well, I mean, I'd say that's another prediction, but this barely counts as comedy.
You cracked me up. Get it? Huh?
This is what I was saying before. Remember how we had an episode that gets like how mature Aphmau was supposed to be, or any of them for that matter. This is what I was thinking of. This particular moment where once again she's laughing at a butt joke.
I'm mature.
Well, there's a comedian for everyone, folks.
Well, for one person.
And now, last but far from least, please allow me to introduce the lovely, the fantastical contestant number 5.
I'm sensing some favoritism already from Esmeralda here. I mean, she did scout Caitlyn herself, so maybe that's why. but presumably she also found the other model. Oh wait, no, she didn't find Travina, so... Actually, no, she did. Technically, she did find Travina, but she doesn't know that.
Travelyn.
Alright, here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No.
She's so amazing. Compete with her.
I mean, you actively are. Okay, so you might be thinking, what? This has got to be the Levi drink moment of this video. And normally I would say yes. You're gonna call me a monster for this, but I don't think this is the Levi drink moment for one simple reason. I actually already heard this cover before this episode came out. Lizzie Hof, the voice actress for Caitlyn, has her own channel on which she's actually posted a bunch of song covers. So A, I knew going in that Caitlyn could sing. B, I've heard this exact audio on a video that was already made. Admittedly, it's a very good video. It's like she fully cosplays as Caitlyn, like with the blue wig and the dress and everything. In fact, she kind of looks fairly similar to what she's is wearing here, from what I remember from the video. It's been a number of years now, but yeah. So I wasn't surprised that they would pull from this audio. So it's not like a huge surprise, like, oh my goodness, wow, what a shock. Secondly, Caitlyn's talent would normally be something to do with, like, I don't know, theater or something. I guess doing a monologue might not go down so well with this crowd. I mean, who even knows? With that dress, maybe a bit difficult. So yeah, I guess singing does work. But also, there's something else coming up later that I'm going to save it for. So for now, of course, good job, Lizzie, as Aphmau would say. But let's move on.
Looks like we have an early fan favorite. But now,
Yeah, that crowd was not that big. They're cheering for more people.
it's time to say goodbye to one of our lovely ladies. Oh,
How about the one that ran off stage
what's this? I've just
and didn't
been
do sound effects, apparently?
informed that contestant number 1 is MIA. Well, what a shame. But it looks like the remaining 4 contestants are primed to move on to the infamous swimsuit competition.
The infamous... Yeah, people have heard about this competition before. Bye. No. No. The year was 2018. 2018. Stop dabbing. What are you doing? Why? Why must you subject me to this? And how do you put up with this? Okay, right, I'm done. Back to the video.
Wow, Caitlyn,
Again, call me a monster, but some of the other swimsuits did look a bit better. Maybe they don't look as good on the people in universe. I don't know.
Six-Pack has clearly stolen the show. Meanwhile, Travina is a distant second. Must be the flat
Hold on.
chest.
Hold on. Whoa. I'm addressing that line in a second.
Wow, Caitlyn, Six-Pack has clearly
Okay, just making sure I heard that line correctly.
stolen the show. Meanwhile,
As for other
Travina
lines I
is a
wish I hadn't
distant
heard.
Second. Must be the flat chest.
Again, another reason why I hate pageants. They're so blatant with and brutal with the people who are already putting themselves out there specifically to be gazed at in this way. And you have to go ahead and say that. But of course, because it's Travis in disguise, he's going to take that in the serious way because that's the joke. I'm not supposed to think about that. Okay, whatever.
We're all just boxes!
It's
The implication being that he knows that he's in a Minecraft world and that's how they're like, cuboid forms. But also, like, in universe, there has to be a distinction between flat chests and non-flat chests for that to work in the first place. On what level am I supposed to take this?
Sounds like the audience has spoken, folks. But
Also, when did Trevino? I guess the applause might have intensified slightly. I just didn't notice.
unfortunately, it's time to send someone home.
Oh, come on.
Contestant number... Oh, there she...
I guess this is one way of avoiding being super harsh and having to send someone home for, honestly, like, just not making the cut based on, I guess, again, personal opinions of the people who are judging, aka one person, it looks like. Because we haven't seen any other judges. I guess just have them send themselves home. That's one way of going about it. However, I would probably... I would be remiss to say that does mean that instead of just eliminating somebody and, offering their commiserations or whatever, we are actively making them so nervous or so mortified that they must eliminate themselves. Compelling them, implying that there's more pressure to this competition than there should be. Or they just weren't prepared for it, either way.
She goes. Okay then. We'll be right back after this important word from our sponsor.
Raid Shadow Legend. No, I'm kidding.
Do you have a Playtendo X? I bet you don't. I bet you feel terrible about the fact that you don't.
And that's where the Advertising Authority would definitely shut that one down.
So, I bet you're going to buy something cool if you win, huh?
Depends on whose definition of cool we're talking about.
Join me in welcoming back our lovely ladies.
Again, the hints are there. I will say, that's like Santa Claus has never fooled me once. I knew what she was entering for. I knew why she was doing it. But I like that they drop a few hints, so if someone was fooled the first time and goes back and watches this, they can understand the double meaning behind those words.
For the question and answer round. You know how this works, ladies and gentlemen. I ask each contestant a question. The best answers get to move on to the final round.
Based on one question? That's going to be different for everyone? How do you quantify that?
Contestant number 3. Today's golden semi-final question is...
Like, just ask everyone the same question.
If you were to win the $500 cash prize of this pageant, what would you do with it?
I remember this joke. And it felt very weird at the time, but I'll explain why in a second.
Have you heard about cryptocurrency? It's a multi-block system of...
And that's all the time we had for contestant number 3.
Okay, so when I first heard this, I thought, it's weird to be bashing cryptocurrency like this because I hadn't, either the crypto bros or the crypto sisses, I'm not sure if that's what they're referred to, weren't as rampant or weren't as well known. Like, people talked about cryptocurrency, but at the time it was more like, oh hey, look, this thing sort of works. Like, you hear through word of mouth, oh, this did something for me, did not for me, or whatever. I mean, it really wasn't as frowned upon as it is now. So, but then I realized, oh, wait a minute. The joke is, of course, that she's now hijacking the contest to market cryptocurrency specifically when there's already a clear sponsor that they have. So I'm pretty sure that's what I was supposed to get from there. And then, of course, the joke is on me because that's one of the few times in MyStreet where I didn't understand the humor that I was being subjected to. Because there's lots of times where I haven't found the jokes funny, but this is the first time that I had to actually think and return to this episode and think, oh, okay, that's what that was meant to say, and now I get it. Also, as a side note, if this were today, that joke would have been about NFTs. And we all know it.
Trevina, take it away. What would you do if you had $500?
Oh, so you do ask all the same
right
question.
now?
Okay.
Oh, well, that's a tough question, Miss Mayweather. I'm just kidding. I'd run right over to the game store and get myself a Playtendo X.
I love that they're all clapping, even though that's the sponsor of the venue. Also, Ian? Is that you? I mean, that's uncanny, isn't it, in the background there? I mean, that's obviously high school Ian, so he doesn't have that particular fade anymore, but he could have re-dyed it. Oh my. I'm taking a picture of this, and I'm sending it on the Butter Bunch without context. See if that sparks any discussion. Boom. Yeah, I should not have taken my arm out before this point. It's now gone like limp. I mean, this is even the part that hurts. This is the part that was broken. I don't know why I've just done something here now. Anyway, moving on.
An excellent choice. Contestant number 5, how about you?
And here's the moment of truth.
It's kind of a funny story, actually. You'd see, my answer's a Playtendo X too, but it's not for me, it's for my boyfriend. He's really something special. I feel like I give him a hard time too often, because at the end of the day, he makes me laugh and smile and feel amazing. So, yeah, I'd use the money to buy him the Playtendo X.
And that there is the moment of the Levi drink. I don't think I even need to explain why. I noticed that apparently I can actually use my pinky to like tip the lid like this if it's in this particular cup. Wow. I was like smiling the whole way through that. Like she's actually come like really far. I think the reason I love Travelyn so much is because both of them like, yes, like you could say like, you know, people's like accept you for who you are and such. It's not like they never actually did. In fact, but that's arguably what attracted each other was who they were as people at the start. But as they changed and became more positive and grew up and actually realized like what buttons not to push, what things that they were both doing that were not okay, like they actually really came to this particular point. And for Caitlyn especially, who was not as honest and open as Travis, as explained, as clearly portrayed in this particular video, you know, where Travis blatantly, like, he just states, like, immediately, oh, I'm going to do this. For Caitlyn, that's not very frequent. And that's why I say, like, they did change each other, but for the better. And both of them are better for it individually, but also together. And I think that's why Travelyn is my favorite ship in this series. Not to say that the other ones don't do that as well, but maybe it's because these two probably had the furthest to go out of the main ships. It feels all the more satisfying, especially after being denied the chance to the chance to see them as often in the later seasons. Yeah. They're just something else. Nice one, guys.
Caitlyn?
And then number 2. I'm very pleased to announce that.
Okay, I would not have faded the music that quickly. Again, that might be a nitpick, but my goodness. Why did you have to fade the music immediately? Like, da, 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 like him again. Midnight Radio is fantastic, but I felt we need like a little bit more of a transition.
Trevina and Caitlyn are our grand finalists.
Yep, sorry, Crypto Sis. Your kind shall flourish in the future. That we might also be in right now. I don't actually know anymore. You can still hear her! Oh
Step
no!
up to the front and bask
Oh
in your
no!
glory.
Yay! Hey, applause! can tell that Travis is just like
As
something.
per
Again,
tradition.
body poses are important and stuff, particularly with Minecraft. You can tell that he's like looking down. He's not as sure anymore because that's something. Not even like just competing against Caitlyn. That was the challenge, but the real hurdle is getting over the fact that he's entered for selfish reasons and she's come in for him.
The final round is entirely based on your presentation and poise during a prepared speech. Travina, show us what you've got.
And it better not be a thing you looked up online because no.
So,
I guess the end of the stage was right there anyway. All right.
I have to come clean about something. The left butt cheek didn't tell the right butt cheek that he cracked her up.
If this were a movie, that would be like a really good way to like wrap up that this arc. Yeah.
I got
Okay, it wasn't that fun. It was like a smirk worthy. Calm down, audience.
another one for you. It's an actual speech, don't worry. And it's actually kind of serious. You see, I think Caitlyn deserves to win.
And now the music changes again because for some reason Midnight Radio was like the only thing in the sound files at this point.
Really? I mean, did you hear that answer she gave about her incredibly handsome boyfriend? Caitlyn is the most selfless,
darn it, Travis.
intelligent, attractive person I know. And that's what this contest is about, right?
Travina, what are you saying?
Well,
I love how she's so invested. Like, what are you saying? Goodness gracious me!
I lied. I'm actually not a pretty lady. I'm actually just an especially pretty boy. That's right. I'm a dude.
Yep, okay. And of course, Aphmau once again has got to come in and just be surprisingly funny again.
Travis?
Wow, what a shock! Who would have possibly guessed? His face is not covered in the slightest, Caitlyn.
Caitlyn,
This is ridiculous. You're so ridiculous.
Caitlyn!
Where do you think you're going? If she's defaulting, we have to have your coronation.
What?
You've opened my eyes, Starshine. Maybe I was limiting my pageant with the excess trimmings of the past. You're as worthy of this title as anyone.
Listen, I need to find Caitlyn.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new Miss MyStreet.
Yay! He put the crown off screen. But hey, nice lesson. Boys can take part in pageants too. If they so desire. I don't know why they would, or anyone would, but then again, people do. And now we have the nice music again. This is like how many musical tracks we had in this episode? That's like the one downgrade I would give to this particular video. Good thing that the window wasn't closed.
Where did this come from?
Come on.
Where's my kiss?
Oh god, Travis, get down from there. Oh wait, I forgot. Travis can survive any fall that he subjects himself to ever. Never mind.
You!
Whoa! Ouch.
What are you doing, Travis?
No, really, what are you doing? You could have broken your skull from that angle. What is wrong with you?
I got you the purse.
You didn't have to do that.
No, I did. You actually put on a dress to get me a game console. That's impressive. I want you to feel special. As special as you make me feel. And I'm sorry for all my shenanigans. If that wasn't frequent and obvious.
Date. Okay, they never do a sound effect there, But I feel like that might have been like their first kiss, like on screen. That's what I was saying before. That's one of their first traveling moments. Symbolic Levi drink, obviously. And back in the day, this would have been like my good chance to like actually freak out and like have, and if I understand, and have the catharsis by proxy of fangirling. But no, I waited a bit longer because it wasn't quite sure. But now I know the direction where they were going with this. I can tell. So, in honor of that, wait, which way? God, gosh darn it. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. Kissy. And that's enough of that. Shout out to the one person on stream who watched my the gears cog as I was thinking of that joke.
It's okay, Travis. Thank you. And for the record, I thought you looked kind of cute in a dress. Here, hang on a minute.
Like I said.
This is for you.
What's this?
What do you think it is? It's a piggy bank. It literally... Okay.
Saving up a little for your Playtendo X.
When did the Playtendo X come out? I thought it was today, but I guess maybe it's been a while.
It's not enough, but...
Caitlin, this is perfect! I should be able to get my Playtendo as soon as next week!
How do you... You haven't seen how much is in there yet. What are you talking about?
That's great, but how?
I talked to Esmeralda, and she said she's going to start hosting all kinds of pageants! There's a male one next week!
You're kidding.
Yeah.
You're really playing into this trophy boyfriend idea, aren't you?
Excuse you! I am the trophiest of boyfriends, and I'm going to win that competition.
If someone doesn't beat you out for the prize.
Who's going to beat me?
I don't know. Aaron, he might take part. Happened last time with the whole Romeo thing. And of course, we swoop down, because it's cat face, you've got to have a tracking shot somewhere. No. Doesn't go all the way through, and it's Aphmau. I should have seen that coming.
No! Angrier!
Sorry. From the top. Look, I'm Aaron. I like dogs. Dog.
Okay, still a werewolf. Alright. We're getting somewhere with, you know, the consistency here.
What did you say?
Wait, actually, hold on. Yeah, her ears have come all the way through now. I mean, I don't see the tail because it's cut off, but I assume that by this point it would have corrected itself.
What I want!
Oh, never mind. She doesn't have one. Whatever. I guess she can hide it now. Okay. This is not fake ears because that's a whole other can of worms that I don't want to go back into again. Wow. We are back on track for sure. That is as good as I remembered it, if not better. I love that episode. I mean, of course, like I said before, I'm biased because of Travelyn. And yes, I might be nitpicky because of the music, but again, when I nitpick stuff, that's because I adore the rest of it, and I'm just looking for stuff to comment on because I kind of have to. You know, positives and negatives. I've got to give pros and cons. But this movie is mostly just pros. And we have plenty of like unintentional or maybe even intentional season 1 callbacks. Also where we came from, and even season 6 hints and possibly, I mean, even callbacks too. Like everything MyStreet collected in like in these few episodes. So I see what Aiden was saying now. How it's a crime that there's so few of these exist. I mean, yes, okay. Some of them, one of them so far has been atrocious, but hey, considering how I think of like episode 6s of anything Aphmau makes, surprisingly, it wasn't this one. This is episode 6, and I had a blast. I'm very happy about this. And yeah, when it came out, I was ecstatic, and I wish that I had a bit of a freak out about that kiss, but oh well, whatever. I got to show my Travelyn appreciation in general. I might have had these at that point. I think I got these around this time. Oh well, who even knows? I mean, what more can I say? It's just one of those great MyStreet episodes. Maybe the thumbnail is a bit deceptive because Aphmau appears in her ball gown, which never gets used, and she actually takes part in the pageant herself, which I knew going in anyway this time. I guess if Travis had been in the thumbnail of the hottest girl on the block, actually no, it should have been Caitlyn. Caitlyn should have been in the thumbnail, and Travis should have been like scheming in the background or something. Maybe like simping over her, whatever it might have been. I don't know. That would have worked better. But again, I'm nitpicking because I had a blast with this, and I also have to go in like 2 minutes because I've got Guts review to do. So I guess I'll cut this short for now. But needless to say, if you check out any Aphmau episodes, make sure this is one of them, please. And also, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Covered us already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.